Baby, I didn't even have time to set up my desk and my not plugged in microphone. I just got finished filming for Old Hollywood Scandals this morning, and then I run across an article that tells me that KEKE Palmer been getting bust upside the head. You mean to tell me this no-name monster been putting the hands on KEKE Palmer? And no, I'm not saying that anything would be better if this was a big name guy, but I sure enough wouldn't be so surprised.
Everything is alleged. Y'all already know. But says so talks is because here, some stuff just need to be talked about. Now let's go.
So baby, I don't know if y'all are up to speed, but news sources have come out today to say that KEKE Palmer has actually filed a restraining order against Darius Jackson. Said this man been knocking her left, right, and center and even put up pictures of security footage just to prove her point. Let's get into the specifics of it real quick. Per KEKE, Darius Jackson is very narcissistic and very passive-aggressive. Listen to these examples. She said that while they were together, anytime they went to an event or a party, if she talked to a person too long or looked at a person a certain way, Darius would storm off and start calling her all kind of sluts and whores, telling her she wasn't nothing but a cheater and that she didn't love him. Classic case of gaslighting. And if you think these so-called instances of KEKE getting too spicy or laughing too loud were only with other men, baby, think again. The folks say right here that in April 2022, when she and Darius were out to dinner, they were with a woman, and Darius accused her of cheating and liking the woman. Baby said that he was so upset about it, they had to leave right then, and when they got to the parking lot, Darius threw her eyeglasses on the ground, stomped on them, took her purse and dumped out all of her stuff on the ground, then picked up her keys off the ground and threw them very far away, and then after he was certain that she didn't have her keys or any of her stuff, he jumped in his car and he sped off. And little Leo, honey, the baby, said the baby was getting some of Darius's anger. KEKE said at one point when Darius was changing Leo's pamper, he was getting frustrated because I guess baby Leo was kind of moving around or he couldn't grip the pamper or something like that. So he gets frustrated and starts yelling and stuff. KEKE swooped in like any mother would and she grabbed her baby. But Darius took the baby by the legs and wouldn't let the baby go. So they having a tug of war basically with the child until Darius finally let the child go. Now KEKE did add that the baby wasn't hurt, but who does that? Now the sources say that they officially started dating in 2021 and they officially broke up in October of 2023. And get this though, this is the big one. This is the big one right here. After they broke up, KEKE basically kicked him out of her house. You know what I'm saying? Told him to never return. Baby, she comes back at the beginning of November. Darius is there in the house. Not only is he in the house, he ends up putting the hands on her. So this made KEKE go file a restraining order on November the 5th. Now, those are the specifics and alleged facts of what's been going on in KEKE Palmer's life, her relationship. Now, let me rant because I'm going to be real with you. I got to ask for forgiveness. I have to ask for forgiveness. Because when all of that stuff with Usher, Darius, and KEKE was going on, you know, when she danced with Usher and Darius got mad about it, when all that stuff was going on, half of me believed it, but half of me didn't believe it. I thought it was manufactured. And the reason I thought it was manufactured drama a little bit is because Darius was a no-name, a nobody. I could not fathom that this guy who nobody really knew had the audacity to type up these comments or these posts basically complaining about his girlfriend's booty cheeks out and, you know, she's a mother and she's dancing with Usher. Like, I just couldn't fathom that somebody that nobody really knew who just came on the scene could really say all this about KEKE Palmer. I honestly thought that this whole beef and showdown on the Usher thing may have been manufactured to make him a name. Boy, I have to cuss you out. I ought to cuss you out, sir, because you sitting up here so unknown. So who is that guy? That I'm sitting up here thinking that KEKE has basically involved herself with manufactured drama just to lift you up, just to show people who you are. Because that is a very real thing that celebrities do. Heck, the Kardashians do it all the doggone time. Kardashians do it all the time, baby. They'll sit up there and bring a nobody, whether it's a friend, a boyfriend, an associate, whatever the case. They'll sit up there and bring them on and then make up some drama and then splash it in front of the world. And then next thing you know, this other person like is now making millions of dollars. This other person now has a platform. Things like that. And Kardashians Kardashians ain't the only one. A lot of people have done it over the years. And no, KEKE Palmer doesn't necessarily give off the vibes that she would do something like this. But I honestly thought that this was the first time that the girl had truly been so deeply and fully in love that she was willing to do it for her new boyfriend, that she was willing to do it to give him a platform. And even then I was kind of sitting back like, KEKE, I don't know if you want to do this, I don't know if you want to risk your reputation in order to try to bring your boyfriend up here. I don't know, is this guy worth it? Who is this guy? So that is the main thing of what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? That is the biggest thing in my mind of what could be going on with Darius Jackson and KEKE Palmer. Then I get hit with the news that not only was the Usher thing very real, this boy got the nerve to have been putting the hands on KEKE. Really? Really? I mean, do y'all understand what I'm saying? I couldn't even fathom this boy to be a big enough name to even speak out against KEKE and Usher. So you know doggone well that I don't think this nobody monster has any business putting his hands on KEKE Palmer. And like I said, it wouldn't make it better if the person had a bigger name. It would not make it better, but I would definitely be less surprised. I would expect somebody who was just as accomplished as KEKE, somebody who had worked just as hard as KEKE to get, in a star's platform. I would expect somebody that was basically on her level. Because in my mind, how dare this guy, this Darius Jackson, who seemingly, from what I can see, probably hadn't worked that hard for nothing. How dare you have the nerve to try to control KEKE, but not only that, to try to put your hands on her. This girl has worked since she was a child to make her doggone dreams come true. You ain't worked for doggone nothing as far as I can see. I gotta admit, I haven't read up much on his background. You know what I'm saying? Because I really haven't been interested. Because the boy don't really seem like much to me. I'ma just keep it real with you. So maybe he have accomplished something. I don't know. You guys have to tell me in the comments if he's done anything, accomplished something, opened a business. I really don't know. I haven't, like I said, he really is not that interesting to me. He wasn't then and he wasn't now. So I really haven't read up on him for real. And it's really quite funny to me how he hooked his carriage onto KEKE's. You know what I'm saying? Hooked his carriage onto her name, her success, and then wants to try to control the situation. And to be honest with you, now that we do know all of this information and we do know that Darius was actively abusing KEKE, this actually makes me see the Usher situation in a whole new light. This is just speculation, y'all. Before I say the next thing, I want to say that this is just speculation. I have no proof. I only have the way that I feel, because just like with the Carly Russell situation, saying that I've been through that, I've been through this too, I hate to say. So this is just the way I feel. But I honestly feel like when her birthday came around and she was going to the Usher concert, that she and Darius were broken up, that they were taking a break, they were not together. And that's why KEKE was having a night out with her friends. That's why KEKE wore that dress, and that's why KEKE was dancing all up on Usher and having a good time. Because she was trying to show Darius Jackson that I don't want you and you don't control me, sir. I'll do what I want to do. And I guarantee you, y'all, listen to me now, I guarantee you that is why that boy came to the internet the next day saying all of the stuff that he was saying. Because he and KEKE were broken up. They basically were a couple that were separated, but kind of like fighting each other, throwing shots back to each other. You know what I'm saying? KEKE's shot was that she's taking control of her life back, and Darius's shot back to her was trying to ruin her in front of the whole world. Basically trying to mess up her reputation. What kind of mother would go in front of the world with your booty cheeks out? What kind of mother would be dancing with Usher? Boy, go on. And I really wish that KEKE would have stayed broken up with him from that moment on. I really wish she would have never went back, tried to make it work, things like that. Now that I know what I know. At first, when I heard rumors that KEKE and Darius had got back together, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? If they can make it work, okay. She wore that dress, he made the post, it's not that big of a deal. Because I thought they were a couple that simply had broken up when we're kind of throwing shots at each other. A lot of people have been petty and then they get back together and they make it work. Well, now that I know that it just wasn't throwing shots, it just wasn't being petty, and this guy had actively been putting the hands on KEKE, now that I know that, I really, really wish that from that night on she would have just let it go. But I'm not judging. You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging. Heck, I can't judge. You know what I'm saying? I got beat on for a year and a half at the least, so I'm not judging her. But I hate it for her. You know what I'm saying? I hate it for her, and I hate it that this guy is crazy and acting like this, and in her life, I hate it. But like I said, even though they did allegedly get back together after the Usher incident, as of October this year, 2023, they were supposed to be officially split up. KEKE was supposed to have officially said that she is done. She don't want it no more. And like I mentioned earlier, after she said that, this guy ended up breaking into her home and assaulting her anyway, according to news sources. So she did the next best thing, the next right thing, and filed a restraining order against this crazy man. And Darius Jackson, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Go on somewhere. Go get therapy. Leave her alone. This also lets me know a lot about you, sir. Not only you, but your doggone brother. Because when you was doing all that to KEKE, when you was calling her out, talking about the Usher situation, all this kind of stuff, according to the sources or the news reports, your doggone brother was sitting up there agreeing with you. Yeah, my brother right. What man would want this? What man would... So this makes me question just what y'all saw when y'all were raised. What did y'all father have going on? What was your mama going through? And maybe it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe their parents are innocent. Maybe these boys just grew up and lost their doggone mind. Maybe it's no reflection on the parents at all. But it definitely makes me question. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyways, I'm about to wrap this up because I got to edit this doggone video. Got to edit Ashley Said So video. Oh, and let me add this in. No, my husband now, my current husband, he is not the one that abused me, okay? Let me just put that out there. But anyways, y'all, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Like I always say, you don't have to agree with me or anybody else here. I love you guys so much. Go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video on Said So Talks. Bye, y'all.